showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. Woo! It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I'm your host, Tommy. And guys, today is the day where the Buffalo Bills have a chance to go to the AFC Championship game again versus the Chiefs in Atlanta. This time, not KC, not Buffalo, unfortunately, because of the last meeting we had with this Bengals team. But this is going to be the game, man. This is it, guys. This is all the hype. We are at the moment where the true dog will reveal himself, and the true kings of the AFC, I guess, if you want to call it. I don't call that until we get to the Super Bowl, until we beat the Chiefs, right? Ain't nobody the true king yet, okay? But this is a huge game, obviously. What is up, Mr. Scott Blakely? Guarantee me a win, Tommy, please. I guarantee it. I do. I'm confident in this game. I'm not a shit talker, you know that. I don't talk trash. I'm pretty bad at it if I ever did try, but I am confident in this game. I am. I have the score being 37-21. Listen, if the Bills limit their turnovers in this game, the Bills will dominate this game. That's my opinion. If the Bills limit their turnovers, they will dominate this game. I feel like we have way too many weapons. I feel like Cincinnati's offensive line is severely banged up. I feel like the Buffalo Bills D-line is going to eat. However, this is a big loss today, guys. Daquan Jones is inactive in this game. That is a big loss for the D-line. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. That's not good. What's up, angry Buffalo sports fan? Glad you are joining me. But yeah, so here's the inactives, guys. Really no surprise here except for the Daquan Jones. That is huge, man. I can't stress that enough. He's been a rock for this defensive line this season. And I believe this is his first game he actually missed all season long. Yeah, that you guys don't really understand that is huge. So it means next man up mentality, which we've played all season long, right? And let's do it, you know. I believe that will be Tim Settle. I wish Mikey was joining me, but he's out, I don't know, doing bottle returns in California. I have no idea where Mikey's doing. I just know he can't join me. He is in the chat, though. So he's good enough to join me in the chat. I appreciate you, Mikey, for joining me in the chat. If you can, tell me in the chat. I believe it will be Tim Settle stepping up for Daquan Jones in his place. I could be wrong. Yeah, I know, Scott. They need to step up. The good thing, though, I will say this. The good thing is the Bengals don't run much. Even though they got a stud running back in Joe Mixon, they don't run a lot, guys. So it's not as, I'm not so upset about Daquan Jones missing this game because the Cincinnati Bengals are not a running team. Though it still hurts. Listen, Daquan Jones could still push the pile, can still cause havoc, can get Ed Oliver free to, get to the quarterback. So, yes, he still will be missed, but it's not like, we're going against a heavy run attack team where Daquan Jones will be, big time miss. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking too. Oliver Phillips, yeah. So that sounds about right. Exactly. Glad you heard Mikey to answer that, but I was pretty sure it was Tim Settle. So, Yeah, so another thing I do want to mention, this is an interesting stat that I wanted to bring up. Let me show you guys real quick. And this is why I was telling you guys on Friday Night Lights that I believe Gabe Davis will have a big game. And yeah, I mean, this kind of proves my point, how the Bengals are. So here's the Bengals defense on DVOA versus receivers. So they're 6th against top receivers. That's pretty good. However, the 31st against wide receiver number 2s. Gabe Davis. That's not good, guys. They're pretty much last. And then they're 24th against other receivers. So that means I expect Gabe Davis to have a big game. I expect Cole Beasley possibly to have a good game. Isaiah McKenzie to have a good game, to step up here, because the Bengals do not do well against number 2s and 3s and 4th and so forth. They do pretty good against the tight end. They're 5th against the tight end, and they're 2nd against running back. So they're a solid team against the run. They're good against the tight ends, but they're terrible against the 2s and 3s and 4s on the receivers. So I expect Gabe Davis to really step up this game and show out and ball out. I really do. Yeah, I know. Eli. Yep. So that's what I expect in this game as far as our receiving core goes. I still think Diggs is going to get his, guys, so don't worry. I'm not saying Diggs is going to, that Allen's not going to look Diggs' way or anything like that. But I wouldn't be shocked if we're looking at another 100-plus yard game from Gabe Davis in this game. And I'm telling you, man, he's motivated. They talked to him all week about, he actually talked about his mom writing him a letter, a little bit inspiration there. And he was catching, out of the jug machine, like after everybody had left already the field. So he is ready for this moment. I believe in Gabe Davis. I've been telling you guys that he had a rough season, but I think right now, man, he understands it's time to shine. He had a really good game against Miami. Okay, that I still think a lot of people are kind of not really talking about. 113 yards and a touchdown. He had a solid game, man. That was a solid performance. He made some great catches as well. That touchdown grab was not easy. Great throw, great catch, right? And I believe in him. I do, man. And I think he's going to answer a lot of critics that were coming into the playoffs saying the Bills have no receivers other than Diggs. Diggs is the only guy. I don't believe in that. I don't. I still believe in Gabe Davis. Mikey says we are going to need Davis to step up. Yeah, and I believe he will. I do. I absolutely believe he will. Also want to see Allen get the backs involved. Yeah, me too. I definitely do. Listen, James Cook, that first meeting, though it was short against Cincinnati, I thought James Cook had a good first drive. He did. I felt like they used him. He had that nice run. So don't be surprised if James Cook is used a little bit more in this game. And I still think Singletary will be the one, but I think James Cook will be a part of this offense. Is that more running, pass catching out the backfield? We'll see. But I agree with you on that. Also, Allen needs to take what the defense is giving him this game, because I think Cincinnati's going to dare him to throw deep. And Allen, I don't want Allen to get, crossed up and throw some deep passes where the Bengals are disguising them and pick them off or whatever they got to do. We need Allen. I don't want Allen to play safe ball, so don't get me wrong there. That's not where I'm going with this. I need Allen to play smart, right, and effective, right? And that's part of Dorsey's job too. And I really hope that Dorsey and Allen communicate this before the game or during this week at practice, to give what the defense is giving you, right? Don't be afraid to throw that 5, 6, 7 yard out to the running back, because that could easily pick up 10, 15 yards, right? Instead of going for the home run every time. And I know that's in Allen's DNA, and that may not go away, but I'm just praying that this game right? He just kind of does that a little bit more than he's used to doing, right? It's okay, man. Like, I want to tell him it's all right. You got to sometimes trust in other receivers to do their job, right? Cole Beasley, Khalil Shakir, even Isaiah McKenzie, your running backs, right? You can't always go for the home run, man. Like, you got to trust in those other guys that they'll catch the ball, that they'll get some yak after catching the ball, right? And that will move the chains. And I told you guys Friday, I want to see a little bit of an up-tempo offense to start the game, kind of have the Bengals backpedaling, but you don't necessarily need to go bombs away. And when I mean up-tempo, I mean quick passes. Get the ball out of Allen's hand quick. A little 5-yard pass, a little 6-yard pass, right? Go to the running back, a check down to the running back, whatever you need to do, right? Run the ball a little bit, right? Make a long drive, but up-tempo, right? Get the Bengals backpedaling. Then throughout the course, then you can mix it up with some play action, go deep, whatever you want to do there. But that's where I want to see the game start off with. Get Allen in a rhythm early. Let me get to Scott's comment here. They're going to target the ball when he runs. Ball security is an issue if Josh doesn't talk. Yeah, so listen, I don't see the Bengals blitzing heavy like the Dolphins did. I don't think they will. They didn't do it the first game, by the way. Okay? I don't think they're going to do it this game. I just don't see it happening. What is up, Dan? Yeah, let's effing go, man. Let's do this, man. Listen, man, it's time. It is time to shine for this team. Everything we've been through up to this point, they're right where they want to be, right? Right where they want to be. In Buffalo, against the Bengals. Let's handle our business, and then we can get our rematch against the Chiefs that we've been wanting since the 13 seconds. And yes, I said it. But this is what we've been wanting, right? Since that game. Trust me. And this is an opportunity now to make that happen. There is next man up, like I said. So Daquan Jones out? Okay, Tim Settle. It's time to step up. Time to put your big boy pants on. Time to make some plays for this defense. Right? Kaiir Elam. Love you, bud. It's your time. If you get that starting gig today over Jackson, which I really hope, it's time to step up, man. And if Dane Jackson, if you're the guy today, God, time to step up. Please, make some plays. Right? Jordan Poyer, man, we need you more than ever. Here it is. Right? D. Marlowe. Let's repeat what you did last week. Let's get some turnovers. Okay? Let's get to Burrow, Ed Oliver, Gregory Rousseau, AJ Epinesa. They have a banged up O-line. Today's the day. There's no more excuses. Right? I don't want to hear that we can't get to the quarterback. Right? Because they are banged up. When they're a healthy O-line, they're in the middle of the pack anyways. They're not the greatest O-line when they're healthy. Now they're missing, 3 guys? They're starting offensive line. It's time to step up and cause some havoc. Burrow's probably going to try to get the ball out of his hand early, and that's fine. But put your hands up. I want to see some bad passes in this game, right? Gregory Rousseau, you're 6'7". Let's bat some of those balls down. Let's make it difficult on Burrow to get rid of the ball. Dane just need to turn his head around. Yeah, I mean, Dane's sticky in a way. He's there. For some reason, he just doesn't make a play on the ball. I don't know why. Yeah, listen, you know what's weird, man? So during last week's game, yes, 3 o'clock. I've been telling everybody, isn't that weird? 3 o'clock game. It's meant to be, Spin. I'm telling you, it's weird. I don't recall a game being at 3 in a while. So this is odd, but I like it. I'll be honest with you. I like it. I just like how the stars are aligning, man. But anyways, last week, it was weird because I felt confident that we beat the Dolphins. No problem. But that night, Saturday night, I was tossing and turning, man. And I woke up that day just feeling weird, like out of my element. I don't know why. And I don't know. It wasn't nerves. I don't know what it was. It just something was off, right? And it's kind of how the game went, right? We barely squeaked by, and something was off with our team. It really was. It wasn't all there. Like, we started hot, but it just didn't feel like a playoff game. I don't know what it was, man. I felt it, but I don't think I don't know what it was, guys. I don't know what it was, but something, it just wasn't all there for the Bills last week. But we got the job done ultimately, right? Win's a win. We'll take it, but we need to correct those mistakes from last week into this game. Now, this week, building up to this game, I don't know what it is. I slept great last night, guys. Slept great. I feel good. I feel confident. Like I said, limit the turnovers. Let's make them 0, right? Let's make them 0. And I think the Bills will handle their business today. There's no reason why they shouldn't. And I had some Bengals fans talking trash to me. I'll tell you guys in a little bit. My father told me the Miami game was a blessing. It was a framework for better play. Yeah, 100%. Listen, man, these are things you got to learn from, man. I had some of these gummies that if you yeah. I know what gummies you're talking about. I try not to take any gummies before I watch the game. I need to be focused so I can so I'm not thinking about pizza and stuff during the game. So yeah, I stay away from the gummies. I stick with the beer though. You know, I drink my Corona. It's fine. But oh, Spin, man, you're wild, bro. But yeah, man, like I said, listen, limit the turnovers is key to everything. Last week, the turnovers is how we let the Dolphins get back in the game. We scored 34 points, guys, last week. That is good. That's good enough to win. That's not like barely putting up points and, man, our defense really had a step. Like, bro, 34 is enough. It was the turnovers that got the Dolphins back into the game, right? Matter of fact, one of them was a touchdown for the Dolphins. So you can't do that in this game. Can't do that. You got to protect the ball better. You got to limit the mistakes. Allen can't throw a deep ball when you have other receivers wide open. If it's not there, like I said earlier, take what the defense is giving you. You don't always have to throw it deep, right? Limit those turnovers. Here in the UK, the start time is 8 p.m. My God. But the downside, I'm having to sit up until for the second game. That's wild, UK. Hey, I'm glad you're watching, by the way. That's wild, the time difference, right? Time zones. But yeah, I've had, guys, Bengal. By the way, I'm going to tell you this before I go on this, not even a rant, before I talk about these Bengal fans that have been messaging me on my YouTube. I got to say, for the most part, Bengal fans have been really good, respectful. You know, I got nothing but, love for them, and the whole situation that happened this year. You know, you know how it is with the Bills and Bengals fans. We pretty much have we're cool with each other. Like, this ain't like this big rivalry where we hate each other. Like, it's not, I don't feel that. However, I've been getting messages from Bengal fans. One in particular was talking about how, Burrow is the best, and Allen is Mr. Turnover in big moments. Allen doesn't step up, and the Bengals are going to destroy the Bills today, and Allen's going to have all these turnovers. Mind you, Burrow has, I believe, one more or two less interceptions than Allen on the year. So it's not like Burrow's Mr. Safety. That's one. Burrow turns the ball over just as much almost as Allen. Okay, at least this season. That's one. Your offensive line is so banged up. He's going to get hit today. That's a fact. How many sacks? That I don't know. But we're going to be touching Burrow today. Okay. And listen, this is not Tom Brady versus Daniel Jones. These are the two best quarterbacks in the league right now going at it. So I don't know how you can talk trash about our quarterback. Once again, this is not Daniel Jones you're going against. This is a top 5 quarterback. Some may say the best quarterback in the league. People can argue that. So I don't know how you can come on my page and talk trash. I don't do that. I just don't, man. Even if I tried, I'd be terrible at it. But it bothers me that people go reach out and say some dumbass comments like that. Because that means, like, what are you talking about, bro? Have you looked at your quarterback? He's thrown a ton of interceptions. He has fumbles. Did you watch last week's game? Just like our game last week, you barely squeaked by. You barely beat the Ravens with a backup quarterback, with not very good weapons on offense. Besides, all they got is their tight end, Mark Andrews. And they held you guys to 17 points. Because 7 of them came from that ridiculous defensive touchdown, that stupid-ass play that Baltimore ran, trying to quarterback sneak it 2 yards away with a short quarterback. If it wasn't for that play, who knows how that game goes? But you guys got the job done, just like the Bills, and you moved on. But you can't talk trash when you did the same thing last week like the Bills did. You underperformed, but you got the job done. It wasn't like you went and it just totally smacked around the Ravens and Joe Burrow was just 450 yards passing and looked elite. Stop. Come on, stop. You can't do that. My God, these people, man. I mean, really. Eric Wall, let's go, Buffalo. Go Bills, baby. Hey, by the way, so I know you guys are on here, but anybody you guys know that's going to the game or anyone happen to be watching this that's at the game, man, all I got to say is Bills Mafia, you better represent. You better be loud as fuck, right? I'm talking about as loud as possible, right? By the way, I wonder if DeMar Hamlin will be at the game. My God, will that be a pop? I have a feeling he will be at the game. I have a feeling, man. Dan, the Ravens held that ball up like, I don't know what. I don't know what they were thinking there. He was so far away. First of all, it was like 2-3 yards away, diving a short quarterback, extending the ball like that. You can do that when you're a tall quarterback like Allen. And I don't even know if you can do that 2-3 yards away. A yard and a half, maybe 2, and extend your arm, which is still dangerous. Remember, Allen did it against the Dolphins and got the ball knocked out, though it just touched the white line on the replay, so we got the extra point. But, boy, that was a dumb play. Bold prediction, 75-yard touchdown flea flicker to Gabe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. We haven't done any. That is very bold because we haven't done any trick plays this season, by the way. So that would be unbelievable if all of a sudden Ken Dorsey is like just dialing up trick plays against the Bengals. Right? I'm telling you guys, I don't recall one trick play this season from Ken Dorsey. Love Ken Dorsey, and we don't need trick. By the way, we do not need trick plays. For this offense, if the offense is doing their job and scoring 34 points a game, you don't need it, right? It's okay to mix, I guess, once in a while if it's there, but he has not done one all season long. So the chances of him doing it this game, I'm going to say honestly, it's very slim that he pulls out any type of trick play in this game for Ken Dorsey. This is how I see this game going for Ken Dorsey's offense. I hope that it's just efficient. It's efficient, and he sets up Allen. He puts Allen in good positions, right? Like I said, up tempo early to start the game early. Let's get Allen going early, getting the ball out of his hand early. You don't need to chuck it downfield right away. That's what I want to see early on, but I don't want to see like I said, chucking it down, chucking it down the field, no running attack, 10 straight passing plays. Like, let's kind of mix it up there in a little bit, to start the game. Now, the Bengals are a good run defense, so I don't know how much we'll be running the ball today. However, that doesn't mean you don't run the ball, right? You got to still mix it in. So that's what I expect from Ken Dorsey. I do. But I don't want to play safe ball either, guys. Yeah, man. It would shock me, man. A fake field goal, Martin to Bass. Yeah, can you imagine how many? Yeah, like all of a sudden now we're like this big trick heavy team. Like every play is a trick play. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. This isn't the Chiefs. By the way, speaking of the Chiefs, interesting game yesterday. I'm sure some of y'all watched it. I feel it was one-sided. I'll be honest with you. I think the score. I don't think the score tells a story there. I think the Chiefs were just a much better team. I think if Patrick Mahomes doesn't get hurt, I think the Chiefs wind up pounding them. They could not stop Patrick Mahomes. He was doing what he wanted to do against that Jaguar defense up until he got hurt. Once he got hurt, even when he got hurt, he was still making plays. They could not stop Kelsey at all. I think Kelsey set like a playoff record for a tight end. And they were just doing what they wanted to do against the Jaguars. And I said it. I don't know who picked the Jaguars to win. I certainly did not. I would have been shocked if the Jaguars won. And the only way they would have won is if a Mahomes were to get hurt. And he got hurt for what? I think he was out a quarter maybe and came back in the second half. And even a banged up Patrick Mahomes still took care of business against the Jaguars. Jaguars had no chance in that game. I mean, listen, I'll give them credit for getting there, for making a big comeback against the Chargers, but they're not ready yet. They're not ready to play against the big boys. That's a game where they're just undermanned, right? They just had no answer for Mahomes and Kelsey, and I thought the Chiefs defense did really good too in that game. They brung the heat on Lawrence the whole game. Lawrence was hitting the floor so many times, guys. I mean, the Chiefs were just running right up the middle. No protection for that poor guy, man. They had no. I was like, damn, I thought our offensive line was bad. Holy crap. They were just letting the guys run free right up the middle and just taking shots, man, at Lawrence. It was wild, man. They had their chances, but once again, though, if Mahomes doesn't get hurt in that game, the way that game was going early on, and like I said, even when Mahomes came back, you still saw Kelsey wide open the whole play, right? I thought their defense held up the whole time, to be honest with you. They had their chance, but listen, you can't fumble, man. You can't fumble like that. But either way, I just didn't think they had a chance. Jags not pressuring Mahomes after he got hurt. Yeah, I didn't understand that either. I don't. Who knows? And how do you let their backup quarterback go 98 yards and score a touchdown? Forget the Mahomes play. When Mahomes went out, I forget the backup's name. Been in the league a while. Played for the Jags. But how do you let that dude go 98 yards on you? They're on their own 2-yard line. And you let them drive all the way down and score a touchdown. Unacceptable. Unacceptable, man. You can't do that. Hey, I appreciate you, Tanya. Thank you so much. But yeah, man. So listen, the Jaguars were undermanned. It was not going to happen. So Chiefs move on to the AFC Championship, and I believe it will be against us going to Atlanta. I truly believe that. Also yesterday, the Giants. Guys, you want to talk about the Giants? Woo! Wow. Getting their ass whooped. Let me see the score because it was like 30-something to 7. 38-7. My God. Philly laid it down on the Giants. Giants had no answer. Nothing. Dave did absolutely nothing on offense or defense. I know you all love, our old receiver there, Mr. Hodgins. Hodgins, 1 reception, 3 yards. And I'm not saying Hodgins is bad, guys, so don't come at me like that. I still think Hodgins could be a good receiver in this league, but he ain't no number 1, bro. Come on, man. Number 1, you think you're number 1, get 1 reception, 3 yards? That's bad. That's really bad. Now, not that anybody else did anything special. I'm just saying that goes to show you right there. You're going against a better defense. Boy, they got shut down. Daniel Jones, 135, an interception. He was bad. That was just an overall ass whooping. And then over the weekend, or actually, that was it. Yeah, I'm sorry. So today is Dallas and San Francisco tonight. I have a feeling, guys, I'm going to call it now. Man, it's risky, but I'm going to say Dallas beats San Francisco. I know San Francisco's hot right now, guys. I get it. But I just think Dallas's defense is going to bring it, man. And I think they're going to stop the run of San Francisco, and they're going to force Purdy to throw and beat them. And I think Dallas's defense is going to bring that heat, boy. I think Parsons is going to be all over Purdy. I think he's going to be making Purdy make some bad decisions. And I think San Francisco loses this game. That's just my opinion. Y'all take it for what it's worth, but I think Dallas will beat San Francisco tonight. And Dallas moves on. That's just how I see the game. I could be wrong. Listen, San Francisco's been playing well, but I think Dallas matches up well against them. I really do. What's up with Dable going for it? Yeah, I don't know. What's up with the Dable not going for it late in the game on 4th down and punting? Oh, I know, because that's what Dable used to do with the Bills, right? Well, I mean, it's not all his fault. It's also McDermott, but he had say too. Dallas and Bills Super Bowl, Buffalo wins. I have it Bills and Eagles. I picked that earlier on in the season. I was leaning towards San Francisco before the Purdy injury. But when Purdy got injured, I switched over and went back to Philly because I have Philly early on, but I still, man, Purdy's still such a young quarterback. And he's not bad, but man, he's picked in the 7th round for a reason. And I just don't know if he's gotten exposed yet. And I think this is a perfect game for Dallas to expose his weaknesses in his game. But I will say this: if Dallas doesn't stop the run early on, they're in trouble. Then San Francisco will beat Dallas, because if they get the run game going, that's where Purdy can open it up and do his thing on play action and stuff like that. That's where he'll beat you. But if they shut down that running attack and you got to leave it in Purdy's hand, I think Dallas will win. I just do. Yeah, oh man, Mikey, Daniel Jones is bad, man. Danny Dimes was not dropping dimes. He was like dropping pennies. He was so bad. Dable's lack of adjustments reminding me of his Bills plays. 1,000% true. You see, guys, what I'm talking about right there? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Brian Dable as offensive coordinator? And I'm not saying he was terrible as OC for the Buffalo Bills. However, he's made some head-scratching decisions when he was offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. And I couldn't stand it. And also, too, when games got, bigger games, bigger moments, he tensed up. Kind of like McDermott does still. Though I think McDermott's getting a little better at that. I feel like Dable, he tenses up a lot. He's not a risk taker when games like that. I think he's more of a risk taker on games that don't matter too much, if that makes any sense. But when big games, big moments like that, I think he tenses up, man. Punting when you're down 28-7. What are you doing? It's the 4th quarter, bro. Just you have nothing to lose. What are you losing here? Go for it. Like, I don't get it. Like, and even the announcers are like, I don't understand that. Why would you go for it early on and not go for it here? Like, it's stuff like that. That's what he did in Buffalo. Drove me insane, man. Drove me insane. But hey, listen, you got to give credit still to the Giants. I honestly did not see them making the playoffs this year, and they did. They did. So I'm not going to shit. I'm not here to shit on the Giants. I give props to the Giants. I give props to Brian Dable for what he did for that team, because I still think that team is very limited. They're still in rebuild mode. Okay, they still need a lot of help. And but it goes to show you that he did a really good job, and the players are believing in Brian Dable's system. So kudos to Brian Dable. I'll give him credit where credit. I got to give credit where credit is due. He got a Giants team to a playoffs when nobody thought that team was going to make it to the playoffs his first season. Me, one of them, and I'll eat that crow. Kudos to the Jaguars, who are no longer in the playoffs. I did not think they would make the playoffs. Good for them. I got to give them credit. I mean, listen, first year coach and Peterson, not first year coach. I'm sorry. First year for the Jaguars coach, his first season with the Jaguars, and he got them to the playoffs. And they're limited too. They don't have their best receivers. They got our old receiver, Zay Jones. I think that's like their number one. ATN, nice player, but they need some help, right? I know they got Calvin Ridley coming next season. That could be a help. Calvin Ridley, listen, if he stays out of trouble or whatever's going on with him, he is a solid player. A lot of people forgot about Calvin Ridley. Dude was a beast in Atlanta. He just got to stay out of trouble, right? And maybe that can help that team. Let's see here. They were outclassed. Yeah, that's what I mean. They're outclassed roster wise. I mean, look at their receivers, right? Come on, man. Going against Chiefs, the Chiefs just were a better team overall, man. But that Jaguar team is young. If they continue to build around their quarterback, get him some real weapons at receiver. And by the way, like I said, Calvin Ridley, that could be the answer. But I still think you should go out and probably draft another receiver. Maybe go out and free agency, get another receiver. Because I don't think, Zay Jones is nice receiver, but he's like a 3. I'll be real with you guys. He's not even a number 2, in my opinion. Let's see here. Bill, yo, Apex, great show. Yeah. What's going on? AK, also known as Tech 77. See that, man? Giving you props, bro. Giving you props, Mikey. But he's not even on yet. Come on. Mikey's out doing like bottle returns on game day. Shame on Mikey. Everybody in the chat, I want you to say, shame on you, Mikey. Game time, this dude's doing bottle returns. What the hell is going on with my co-host? Can't get him on here because he was returning bottles at a Kroger. I don't know, wherever the hell he's at. God. That's all right. I go solo. Mike will be here. Mikey will be here post game. We get to have the good old Mikey here post game. What time is it right now? 2:20. Guys, 40 minutes till game time. 40 minutes. By the way, so I'll give you my score prediction. I already gave it to you Friday, but for those that are new here or didn't catch up on the Friday show, I have it 37-21 Buffalo. 37-21. My favorite player, the guy right there, Eric Molds, he predicted 38-21. So I'm kind of going with his prediction in a way. I'm going to drop us one less point. I'm going to say 37-21. I think this is a blowout. I do. I really, really, truly believe like I said, limit the turnovers. I think we are the better team. I will say this, they have one hell of a roster as far as offense as receivers go. They got a great 1, 2, and 3. No doubt about it. They got a very, very, very good quarterback in Joe Burrow. However, they don't run the ball much. Their offensive line is super banged up, missing 3 players, I believe, today. And I just feel like it showed last week when a defense brings that pressure, limits them on their deep passes, their big plays, that you can hold the Bengals down to 17, which the Ravens did. And I believe the Bills will do the same. I believe the Bills will limit the big plays in this game. I believe the Bills will get after Burrow, make Burrow make some bad decisions or throw the ball away. And I believe this Bills offense will get clicking. I really, truly believe that. I think DeMar Hamlin's there, bro. I Spin saying it. I don't know if Spin, you got to be like my inside reporter, man, because Spin's always bringing it, man. Spin knows that. Spin knows everything. That's going to be like his new podcast. I'm going to bring Spin Knows Everything podcast. No, I'm just messing with the Spin, but he does. Spin comes with the facts, guys. Like I'll be like on here, like even Mikey sometimes will make a mistake. A Spin will come in all capital letters just to make sure that we know that we made a mistake in what we said, and he'll say it. Well, he will point it out quickly and say, "No, Tommy, actually." So, I love Spin, man. That dude brings facts. He knows his Buffalo Bills football, but he don't want to do no podcast. Don't want to do a podcast. I brought it up to him, but he don't want to do it. He's you know, he's like a tech guy. That's what he's doing, man. He's a behind the scenes guy. You know, he's yeah, that's it. He just wants to know the exact moment. Just so it eats at me after the show. By the way, it does, man. I'll do shows or I'll end a podcast and I'll be sitting back and be like, damn, I can't believe I said that. Right? Or I can't believe I couldn't remember that player's name or whatever. Like, you know, and damn, it's been calling me out. So yeah, man. I appreciate you always calling me out though. It's awesome. Yeah, or we forgot. Right, exactly. Oh, good Lord. But anyways, guys, what's your score predictions in the chat? I'll wait a little bit before I get off. I want to know your guys' score predictions, what you have for this game. And I'll be answering. If you have any questions, go ahead and send them my way because I'm about done with this. I just want to see your score predictions, and I'm going to be getting ready for this Bills game that starts in about 35 minutes. Okay, I'll throw one at you. Do you guys see a kick return or punt return for a touchdown today by Nyheim Hines? Yes or no? For me, golly. By the way, it's snowing in Buffalo. I'm going to say, God, that's a tough one. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes for a Nyheim Hines, either a punt return or a kick return for a touchdown today. Don't know why. I just feel it. And I have a feeling he will get in. Everyone's saying no, and that's understandable. It's not the easiest thing. Okay, so we got some score predictions coming in. 99-0 Buffalo Bills. Scott Blakely. Okay. I mean, you know, that's reasonable. Jose says 35-27 Bills. Okay. Grizzly Pickles, which is my boy, by the way, Mr. Sauce Bronson in the house. He says 34-30 Bengals. All right, now you're out of the house, Sauce Bronson. Get the hell out of my house with that score prediction, Sauce Bronson. Can't believe he's rooting against the Bills, thinking the Bengals. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know what? Sauce is just mad because his Detroit Lions didn't make the playoffs. And by the way, if I had a second team to root for, it would be the Lions because I feel for them. I do. Lions have been a mess for a while, but I also like what they're doing right now. I live here, and I understand. But hey, you think the Bengals going to win? All right. 30-20 says Dan. Yeah, I know. Stop being wrong. Let's see here. So what other we got? We got Bullseye. Bud's right. 31-21. Appreciate you. Chris says 34-28 Bills. Let's see here. George says 34-27 Bills. So everybody's picking the Bills except for the Sauce Bronson guy, who is the co-host of Nuclear Heatwave Wrestling Podcast on my network on Tuesday nights. I love you, Sauce, though. You're the man. Even though you're picking the Bengals to win. Boy, oh boy, you've picked. I hope you don't have money riding on this game. You're going to lose it, my friend. You're going to lose that money because the Bills ain't losing the Bengals. I'm going to tell you right now. It ain't happening. Talk to me. We was going to tear into them cheeks. They lucky okay. All right, so we got a Bengals fan here. All good, all good. Hey, join me post game because win or lose, I'm always on, man. Win or lose, I'm always on. And hey, I'll eat crow if we lose, and I'll tell you why we lost, and I ain't here to make excuses. If we lose, I'm just going to hear and tell you why we lost. But if we win, which we will. Boy, I hope to see you in the chat. I hope to see you in the chat, and I hope you don't bring excuses either. Mr. Pickles laughing. Pickles, come on, man. Come on, bro. All right, Mike coming in from Wisconsin. All right, 37-17. Now, that is the kind of score I like. Me and Mike right here. Me and Mike are right here with that because I have it 37-21. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good score prediction right there. Mike has it right. I like it. Mr. Pickles, this guy, Grizzly Pickles, absolutely wrong in his score prediction. Close circuit. Yeah, Bills Mafia, man. Representing all the way to the fullest. We're going to get the job done today, guys. I truly believe that. So players to watch for in this game, I'm going to give a few. My obvious number one that I've been preaching all week, playoff Gabe Davis. Playoff Gabe Davis will have a big game. I'm telling you guys right now, he's going to have over 100 yards. I'm telling you, when we do post game, we're going to be talking about how Gabe Davis had a big game. Gabe Davis will have easily over 100 yards. You know what? I'll even predict. Why not? Why not? I'll throw that out there. So let's say I'm going to say Gabe Davis is going to have 135 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. That's where I'm going with Gabe Davis. 2 touchdowns, 135. He has a big game. I think Stephon Diggs goes for about 115 yards, and I believe he has a touchdown as well. And I also see Cole Beasley going for about 60 yards. That's where I'm at with this. I also see Khalil Shakir getting about good 40. I see Josh Allen throwing for about, I'm going to say about 350. I'm going to give Josh Allen about 350 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. That's where I see it. I think Devin Singletary, he'll be involved, and same with James Cook, but I think combined running, they'll probably have about 80 yards combined. So, I 40 each, somewhere around there. I don't think the run game is going to be dynamic in this game. The Bengals have a good run defense, but I still think they'll have some good plays here and there. I don't think they'll have a lot of carries. And I think Josh Allen running wise, I think this is a game to look out for Josh Allen running. I do. And I think that's going to be some designs in this game for him, particularly. And I think Josh Allen, I'm going to say Josh Allen goes for about 55 yards running today. I could see Knox getting a touchdown as well. I like that. And by 18-1 is by the way, awesome record. And by the way, we are undefeated at home under Sean McDermott in the playoffs. I just want to throw that out there for you guys. Undefeated at home in the playoffs with Sean McDermott. And also, I believe the Bills overall at home in divisional rounds, we are 13-1, if I'm not mistaken. We lost to the Jaguars, Jim Kelly, 1996, I believe, which was Jim Kelly's last season. We have a very good record at home in the playoffs, guys. And I don't think a lot of people are sleeping on that this is a home game. And the Bills are very good at home. And the Bills Mafia is going to bring it like we always do. This game is going to be hype. I believe DeMar Hamlin's already there. Spin said he is, so Spin's my insider. And I'm going to tell you right now, that boy's going to come running out of that tunnel. That place is going to go freaking bananas, man. And, one thing I'm going to say too, offense, Ken Dorsey, which I got to say this too about Ken Dorsey. I will say this about Ken Dorsey. He gets a lot of heat. he doesn't let the pedal off the metal like Dable did. And I was just about to say, don't let the pedal off the metal in this game. And when you're up, don't start playing conservative football. It's one thing it's one thing I got to say. Dorsey has not done. He is not Mr. Conservative. And I'm cool with that. Don't let the pedal off the metal. Right? Don't put it in cruise control when you're up a couple touchdowns. I want this to be a blowout if you can. I want this to be just piling up points. I do not care. I don't want to coast to the finish line. Ken Dorsey, dial it up, right? I don't know if you got this other playbook that you haven't bust out yet, right? Or a certain part of the playbook that you haven't flipped to all season. And you got some pretty cool designs in there. But if you do, you might want to bring it out this game. You know, hold a few for the Chiefs game, though, for sure, right? But I definitely want to see some wrinkles in the offense as well. Show me something different, something creative. I know you have it. You're a smart individual, and I preached for you all off season to become OC. And here you are. Here's your moment. And by the way, I got to say, too, that whole interviewing thing for offensive coordinators and just coaches that are in the playoffs, that's bullshit. And by the way, they were talking to the ex-Colts head coach, I forget his name, and a couple other coaches, former coaches. They all agree the NFL should not be doing that. Interviewing coaches that are in the playoffs. Push that shit forward, man. Push it forward. Wait till around the Pro Bowl time. Why you got to mess around now with coaches, man? Like Ken Dorsey has enough on his plate. He has to now worry about getting interviewed. And obviously he has to. It's a coaching gig. That's what they dream about. But, man, that's not fair. That's not right. Push that shit forward, man. Come on, NFL. You got to do better than that, bro. I can't stand when they do that. And listen, if former coaches are agreeing, saying that's bad, this isn't like me saying it's bad. It's former coaches saying it's a distraction. They would know better than anybody if it's a distraction or not. And if they're saying it's a distraction, it would be a distraction to them. Clearly, it would be a distraction. So stop with that. David saying 34-24. I just don't like it. I don't like it. They got to change. They got to switch that up. Big game hunting was, yeah, hell yeah. So my other players to watch out for. So I told you Gabe Davis. I'm going to throw another guy out there. Ed Oliver. Gregory Rousseau. Okay. And Kaiir Elam. And I'm going to even throw Trey White out there because I'm going to tell you why on Trey White specifically. When we played the Bengals, week 17, I felt like the Bengals were attacking Trey White right away. They wanted to see what Trey White was all about after his ACL injury, like after he came back. I felt like Cincinnati got him early. And I felt like Cincinnati almost felt like Trey's missing a step, and he was. But we're weeks away from that game now. And I think Trey is starting to get that step back. And I still think they're going to probably try to attack him early on. I want to see Trey White make some plays in this game to tell Cincinnati it ain't happening, bro. You know what I mean? That's where I want to see. I want to see that Trey White that I saw last week. He got beat some plays, but he got right back into the play and made some huge stops. Stripped the ball away from Waddle, which was a hell of a play by Trey White. So, Trey White, we need you, man. We need you big time in this game because I have a feeling they're going to be going after Trey White early on to see if Trey still is lacking that step to keep up with Chase. That's just my opinion. So, Trey, you got to step up, bro. You got to play big time. If there's a game we really, really need Trey White, this is the game. If there's a game we really, really need Kaiir Elam to step up, this is the game. Jordan Poyer. All those DBs and safeties, man. We need you guys to play smart, fast, and physical. You know? And I know they're not going to play physical at the line because that's not what a Leslie Frazier, Sean McDermott defense does. But I really wish they would. I really wish they would jam up those receivers at the line because you know Burrow's going to be getting rid of the ball early on and quick. They're going to be quick routes, quick slants, quick routes, getting the ball out. If you jam them up at the receiver, at the line, play physical at the line, you're going to limit those passes, right? You're going to force Burrow to throw the ball away or turn the ball over. I'm just saying. You got to play physical at the line. I hope they do. I don't think they will because that's for some odd reason. We don't. I don't know why. When we do, by the way, it works out great 9 times out of 10. I want to say this too. Bring some linebacker blitzes in this game. You guys know their offensive line is depleted. Bring in Milano. Bring in Edmonds. I'm not saying the whole game, but please, you got to bring in some exotic blitzes from the linebackers. You have to. Yeah, I heard. I cannot wait. I'm telling you guys, watch the game. I really hope, watch the early on in the game, like pregame or whatever. They may show him running out of the tunnel, a CBS or whatever before the game starts. So I'm going to get off here because I know you guys are trying to watch that. It's 2:38, I believe. So game starts in about 20 minutes. Guys, I'll be on here right after the game, post game. So I'm usually on here 5-10 minutes after the game ends. So be here. Mikey will be joining me. I won't be solo, right? You'll have more of an than just my opinion. By the way, I'm going to have a couple guests, I believe. I'm going to have Jarek from Jant Sports on. I might have Kari, who used to be his co-host. They used to have a podcast together. Great dudes. I might have other guests as well. So it should be an awesome post-game show and an awesome Bills winning post-game show. I love you guys. Bills Mafia, thank you for rocking with me. I love you guys once again. Go Bills. Peace!
Ah.